And for those of you who aren't familiar, this is Emily Drive in Bridgeport, West Virginia. I hate to drive on this road. Old fatty up there in her car, smoking her cigarette, not paying attention. Nothing but idiots on this road. Present company excluded. I mean, I don't fall into that category. I'm going to ride around for a little bit. Some of the better parts of Clarksburg, maybe go through downtown. Just get a feel for how this does, how it's aimed. Again, I can't see, so I don't know what's going on, but we'll find out when I get home. And if it's good, maybe I'll post it. If not, well, it'll get deleted and marked up as a learning experience. Okay, I'm going to put my visors down now, my windshield. Again, when I hear myself with this down, it sounds very clumpy, odd. So I don't know. With it up, I'm afraid there's too much wind, and with it down, it sounds echoey. Once I get down here, I'll put the visor up like a quarter of the way and see how it does. Walmart. All the fine and fancy shops here. Ooh, a Hilton Garden Inn. That's where the Queen of England stays when she comes to Bridgeport. She likes it because it's right beside the BFS. She can walk over and get her a bottle of liquor and some ho-hos all at the same time, and then for breakfast she can send her butler over to Tim Hortons to get her a biscuit. You know them royalty like to eat good. Some fellow bikers look like they're stuck. Big fat boy and his fat girl. Now we're going to go through the finer parts of Clarksburg. We're going to hit Stonewood and the North View area. It'd be funny to get hit by the ambulance. This is a factory, and I'm embarrassed that I've lived here for a year, and I'm really not sure what they make here. It's Amstead, and it's graphite materials, but it looks like if you look in the back, you can kind of see through the buildings there. It looks like they make these big pipes for underwater, something like that. I'm not sure. There's Casey's Hot Spot. If you're not from West Virginia, quickly realize there's a lot of hot spots around. Those are I don't know, some kind of video gaming place you can drink, and I think you can drink in there and smoke and gamble your welfare check away and relative ease. There's another one up here on the left. This is Casey's number 4 hotspot. Now we're getting into Clarksburg's really nice part. This is where they have their Hoochie Coochie bookstore and exotic show bar. And then you've got the adult store. That's pretty packed for a Friday. I wonder what the hell's going on in there. I've heard through the grapevine that the Obamas are thinking of moving down in here. They've got some houses picked out that they're tired of their lakefront property up there, wherever the hell they live in Massachusetts, and they want to move down here to get back in touch with their roots. I don't know. It's just speculation. That's what I've heard. I've got my mask up about a quarter of the way, and it feels a lot better for me. I don't know how it sounds though. It sounds better. Again, it's not as echoey as with the face shield down, but the truth will be told when we get back and listen to it on the laptop, if it recorded anything. Again, I'm really never sure when this thing is recording and when it's not recording, so I've got to figure that out. It's got a remote switch, but that only works when the camera's turned on, and it's got like a time shut off, so if it shuts off while you're riding and then you press it, it doesn't turn on. So again, these are little kinks I've got to work out as I start trying to get better at this. Okay, this is North Main Street in Clarksburg, and this is Joyce, Route 20 here. You turn right, it goes over 50, you turn left, it takes you down to 79, and it takes you out to Philippi and Elkins and Buchanan and all that. Really pretty road, but this, like I say, this is North Main Street. We'll go down through downtown Clarksburg here, and you'll be able to see downtown a little bit. There's some nice homes up here. This looks like this used to be the nice part of town, the north side. Again, I don't know. I've only been here about a year, but there's some really pretty older homes down along here that I think everybody will see here in a second and decide for yourself. It's really, as you can see, it's really a nice day out. It's got to be up pushing 90. That's why I stopped by Kroger and got me some tonic, so I can go home and have me a gin and tonic with jalapeno stuffed olives. Oh, it's just good stuff. Yeah, you see, Clarksburg and Bridgeport are really weird. You'll have some really beautiful old houses, and then right beside it you'll have a building like that that's not very, it doesn't fit in with the architecture style. There's no real pattern. It's kind of like whatever anybody liked that day, that's what they built. And now here's some of the really bigger, older houses that the majority of them now I think are law offices or some kind of business. But you can tell this used to be the nice part of town. This is where the money was. You can see some, like I say, some really pretty houses. I'm trying to get you a view of them without running into something and not watching the road. That one they've just started restoring. It looks really nice. It'll be interesting to see when it's done. And again, there's the downtown area of Clarksburg. You can see straight ahead. The street splits up here, and it's one way. Good old West Banco, where I've got my fortune stashed. All $22 of it, I think. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Again, some really pretty buildings downtown, like most of these older cities. The downtown is really nice. But unfortunately, most of these buildings are empty. They've not been kept up. I don't know what that house was, but anyway, again, it's a shame. There's so many pretty buildings, but they've just not been kept up. Again, so many of these towns are dying. Like there's the old post office. They're going to spend millions of dollars to build a new post office back down the street downtown because they say that's going to bring people into downtown to shop. Well, nobody comes downtown to go to the post office, and they're certainly not going to come there for a new one and shop. Most of them use the big, huge post office out on Emily Drive. It's easier and safer to get into. Now, he looks important up there walking around. He's keeping us safe. And that's the rest of downtown. It goes down. That's the crackhead part down there, down by McDonald's. And past there, that's where all the backpack people live and run around, and kind of interesting. There's some of them right there. Make sure there's no popo around so I can roll the red light. Usually to go home I'd go straight, but I'm going to take a right here, take you through another part of Clarksburg. Again, some beautiful old buildings, but again, most of them are abandoned. I don't, not a lot going on in this part of town. It's where the backpack people and crackhead people, ooh, who figured? Never see trucks on this road. This is also up here on the left, I'll try and get a look at it, is the old rail yard for Clarksburg, the train station. And believe it or not, Clarksburg at one time, during the Civil War, was a very important strategic city because it's one of the few cities that had a north-south and an east-west rail line running through it. So it was a lot of supplies came through Clarksburg because of it had an east-west railroad and a north-south railroad. And again, a lot of trains came through here. So it was a pretty strategic place for Civil War equipment transit. Again, this is I'm not sure what part of town this is. It's but you can see again some beautiful old buildings, but most of them are empty. So again, some beautiful big homes up here, but again, you have one nice one and 4 that are really need work. West Virginia's odd like that. There's some really okay, here is the railway. I'm assuming it would come through here, and this was the old train yard. And I'm sure there used to be warehouses and stuff all along there that they would store their goods in. But nowadays, I see a lot of coal trains come through. The liquid tankers hauling, I don't know what the hell they're hauling, but I've never, again, in a year and a half, I've not seen a passenger train come through, Amtrak or anything like that. Now maybe they just come through when I'm not paying attention, I don't know, but never seen one. That's where Notre Dame High School, their athletic field is. There's the private Catholic school here in Clarksburg. Clarksburg Fire Department Company 24. You gotta love it when you got a fire department less than a mile from your house. Also, you gotta love it right down here on the left. I'll look up here, give everybody a view, is one of the big ambulance companies. So again, a fire department and an ambulance company right up there within a half mile of the casa. Which makes me sleep better at night, knowing if anything happens, somebody will be rushing up in minutes to save me. That's if my wife calls. After 34 years, I'm inclined to think she's going to say, oh, he was gone. There was nothing, no need to call anybody. They couldn't have saved him. So, I don't know. We'll find out when the time comes. But I like to think she'd call somebody. I know Piglet would, our dog. Piglet would call. Piglet loves her daddy, and she's a good girl. But therein lies the problem. My wife really doesn't like the dog too much either, so even if Piglet could get to the phone, I don't know that my wife would let her use it. She might snatch it away and say, no, he's all right. He's just taking a nap. He'll be okay. All right, we're back at the house, and we'll see how this turned out. Right across, we live across from FDS, which is a fluid delivery system for the oil fields, but believe it or not, even though it looks kind of industrial, they're not that noisy, so I have to say, I'm not that upset. They're pretty good guys, so they don't make a lot of noise, so they don't bother me a lot. I don't know if you can see through the window there, but there's Piglet waiting to greet me and welcome me.